Hi everybody, this is Dr. Lenny and welcome to my carnivore chemistry experiment. I'm going to go over all of my symptoms and all of my metabolic diseases that I've had over the last 20 years, believe it or not, and that are, I was just getting tired of them. 67 years old, I'm taking 0 medications, except for the occasional ibuprofen when my ankles would get swollen or have a gouty attack. I always had some minor gouty attacks over the last, some major ones in the beginning 20 years ago, but now some minor gouty attacks. My diet over the last 20 years has been mostly pretty good, especially the last 10, which would be spirulina drink in the morning, maybe a little lunch or another spirulina drink for lunch, and then a nice dinner, which would be salad, vegetables, maybe a piece of fish or a piece of chicken, or none of that for a couple of days, and have a piece of meat, red meat or whatever. On the weekends, big fish on the weekends, and that would be it. Pretty clean diet. We'd have fruit in the evenings. Gotta love the mangoes from Hawaii here. I'd have that, and so every night I have some fruit, blueberries, some sour cream or yogurt or something like that. So pretty healthy diet, right? Lots of vegetables, lots of fruits, very little meat. That's what all of, quote unquote, the really best diets was supposedly saying. But I personally was getting sicker and sicker and sicker. Well, like I was saying, nothing was at that level where I needed to take medications, but I know it was getting there because I've got 3 pages here of things that were bugging me, and I'm going to go through that here in this video today. Number one thing was high blood pressure. Now, I have had high blood pressure, or what the doctors would call high blood pressure, since I was 15 years old. 136 over, 80, 82, 84, sometimes 86. Once in a while it'll be 140 over 86, which, was high for me. Most of the time it was 132 over 82. That's been my whole life since I was 15 years old. That was my blood pressure. The doctors would always argue with me. They'd want to put me on a little pill. I'd be like, no. That's the way I've been. That's the way it's always been, so I wasn't going to do it. But just since taking in 2 months now, 2 days less short of 2 months, my blood pressure is lower, 126 over 80, 128. It hasn't been that way since I was 15 years old. I'm going to number these things. I don't know why, because I'm going to lose track. Carb addicted. I have been always hungry 24/7 for the last 67 years. I could eat a full meal, and within an hour, I wanted to eat another full meal. Now, I was stuffed. I was bloated. I was gassy, the whole 9 yards. I still wanted to eat more food. I could never get satiated. Gosh, 3 days on eating just, pure, bacon, butter, beef, and eggs, and I was satiated. I didn't even crave the carbohydrates. 3 days. After doing it that way. So I am no longer carb addicted physically. I'm still carb addicted mentally. Sometimes at night, when you got that hand to mouth feeling watching a little TV, you're kind of like, ooh, I'd like a couple of chips, or ooh, let's go get something to munch on, But I don't physically crave it, I mentally crave it. Last 20 years I've had what I've called the aura of gout, which would once in a while go into very, very painful and super painful joints. My toes, my ankles, my knees, even the bottom of my feet where the joints are in my feet, once in a while would just swell up and get seriously. Anybody had gout, they know what I'm talking about. Sometimes it would just be the aura where the pain was like a 3 or a 4, which is still, I couldn't walk. I could walk, but limping. I would use my cane. It was just a pain. I couldn't sleep in any position. I was always moving around. So that was there. The aura was there 24/7 the last 20 years. The aura is gone, and it was gone after 2 weeks. It is gone. I have no more pain or swelling in my lower extremity joints. Occasionally, I've had them. I'll talk about that, but I don't have that aura anymore, ever. It's amazing how my lower extremity joints, they're just pain-free and they're quote-unquote gouty-free. Bloating in my belly. Now, I've lost 4.5 inches in my belly. I lost 1.5 inches on each thigh. Gone. The bloating is gone. The gas, which I had, is gone. I have a little bit of swelling in my left ankle, I have a little bit of swelling in my hands still. I have a little bit of pitting edema or swelling in my lower left side, but my thighs are not swollen anymore or bloated. My shoulders are not bloated. My hips are not bloated. The pain in my hands and fingers is reduced 50, 75%, most of the time 75%. Some of the times it's gone. It's different. It's in different places even. It's just amazing to me. So I want to relate that to my tight joints. So I have tight joints. So when do I notice my tight joints? Get up out of the chair. Take me like a couple of minutes to get up out of the chair. I do yoga every single morning for an hour. I do the hot yoga, and I put a little hot suit on because I'm in my apartment now, in my condo now. I put a hot suit and I sweat and everything. And I have no problem doing the pose, but it's going from the pose to laying down and just laying flat and being relaxed. Going from the relaxed pose to getting out of that pose to doing the posture. It always takes me kind of a minute. I was tight in the joints, so that transition was always really tight. I can get in and out of my poses, in and out of the chair like that now. I don't have that tightness in the joints like I used to have. I'm blown away how I can just lay down and go into the dead body pose like Shavasana like that. Really cool. So I can, so morning stiffness. I always had this morning stiffness in my toes and in my feet. I'd wake up and my toes were just stiff. I could kind of like, start moving them and get the blood flow. That's pretty much gone. Once in a while, I'll still get it, but it's 90% gone. I couldn't sleep on my back because my left hip would become numb whenever I slept on my back. So that was kind of weird because I used to sleep on my back. I could not sleep on my hips because when I slept on my hips would start to get painful. And I always slept on my sides, and I always slept with my legs really, really straight and in a pretty good posture for 45 years. In the last couple of years, I couldn't do that because I'd get pain from laying on my hips. And my bed's pretty soft. It's supportive, Tempur-Pedic type bed, supportive, and it feels good. But I couldn't sleep on my hips. I'd have to curl my legs and just kind of torque and twist and contort a little bit, but I didn't want to twist my back. Blah, blah, blah. So there you go. Now I can sleep completely the way I've done for the last most of my life. Legs straight. I'm totally comfortable again. I got my arms in a good position. No more sore shoulder in the morning. No more sore hips in the morning. I can sleep in my favorite posture. I'm not snoring at night. Ooh, that was good. So my mouth is not all dry when I wake up in the morning. And I'm not clenching my teeth. My jaw is not tight when I wake up in the morning. So no, that's page 1. I could not walk 3 miles 2 days in a row. If I walked 3 miles or more one day, the next day I could go a mile, maybe 2 miles, but I would be painful if I did it a couple of days in a row. And my little gouty joints in my feet and ankles and stuff would start to feel like, I'd start to feel the pain, and maybe take a little bit of ibuprofen, maybe once every 2 or 3 weeks. But I have to, stop walking that much. I go a mile for 2 or 3 days and then work back up to the 3 miles. Now I can do it every single day. In a couple of days, I've gone 4 or 5 miles, and I'm smooth sailing. The bloating in my stomach is gone. I lost 4.5 inches in my belly. It's gone. I have little or no gas at all, which is completely amazing. I can sleep on my back. I'm not snoring. I can sleep on my side. No pain. The floaters in my eyes are gone. Now, like there was a bug on the wall, and I thought it was a floater, but it was an actual bug. I was actually able to clap it and get rid of it. Sorry, Buddha. I can walk faster. I'm an old runner, so I kind of measure everything. I was walking this one loop, and it was taking me 7 minutes, 7:05, 6:55, whatever. I did it in 6 minutes and 15 seconds the other day. Now, I'm not trying to walk faster. I was just walking my pace. I wasn't walking faster. But I timed it. I timed it again, and it was 6 minutes and 15 seconds. For me, that blows me away. And I'm walking 3 to 4 or 5 miles every single day. I'm not taking any days off, and I'm not taking zero ibuprofen. Zero. I haven't taken it in way over a month. The ring on my finger is loose. My ankles are not swollen, but I do have a little swelling in my left ankle every now and again, a little pitting edema still in my left ankle every now and again, but no pain, and I don't notice the swelling. It's not stiff or anything like that, but if I look down, I can see that it's there. And I am getting zero hot flashes, and I'm not sweating at night in the bed. I was in a puddle every single night in my bed. I'm not doing that anymore. The gout's gone. My cataract in my right eye is gone. I told you the floaters are gone. And if you can see, the skin sensitivity on the right side is gone. I couldn't do this before. This would be kind of painful. I still have this red stuff, right? And I was not a drinker, so this is from the carbohydrates, the red in my face. And this side is still sensitive, but it's scabbing over. So I had a little cancer thing here, right? And I put some herbs on it and got rid of it. But this is scabbing over, and I did have a pimple up here, which I kept myself scratching it in the bed at night. It kind of got a little bloody, but it's fine. But my head, I have no tags or minimal tags now, and I can rub my head. And I used to have 5 or 6 of these things that were in the process of healing. It's gone, and my head is not sensitive. My face is a little sensitive on the left side, but this is gone. So the tags on my head are gone. I can't wait to see what's going to occur after 90 days, because this is only 60 days. After 6 months, I can't wait. I am basically doing BBB&E, which is bacon, beef, butter, and eggs every day. I gave up the pork. I gave up the fish, because I was having kind of weird side effects with it. I was getting some sweating. I was getting some heart palpitations. That's what they say, you know. So if you go to BBB&E, you kind of can transition a little bit easier. So I'm doing that. I kind of monitor my fat. I try and put a lot of butter on things. But if I put too much, you get a little gouty. I've been getting cramps, so started taking the electrolytes, and I got a magnesium roll-on thing. That's been helping the cramp stuff. I did get a little bit of those, jumpy legs at night. Ooh, that's uncomfortable. The magnesium is helping that. But all in all, I'm loving the carnivore. I mean, my body, my mind, sleeping better. I mean, everything. I'll keep making these videos to give you updates, and I'll talk about my transition and what I've been doing. But it's pretty awesome. So if you want coaching on how to become healthier, how to transition through these pre-diabetic or, type 2 diabetes, or if you're getting pain in the hands or ankles or gouty stuff, call me, email me. I'll put that in the video, because I'll coach you. I could work with you. I'm available to coach you and talk to you. I am going to make a lot more videos, so please like and subscribe to this video if you like it. Hey, also check out, you got to watch the videos from Dr. Kendberrymd, Nutrition with Judy. She's awesome. Steak and Butter Gal is fantastic. Carb Addicted Doc, Rob Symes is great, and Shawn Baker, MD, he's a kick. You got to watch him. And there's a lot of others. The Diet Doctor, there's a lot of others. You'll see they're really number one thing in diet now that's being a Google search is carnivore diet. So we're getting more and more and more popular, and I can see why, because this is working. It's working really, really well. So, hey, allow your inner light to shine so it guides you home. Have a wonderful evening, day, and I'll talk to you all later. See you later. Bye-bye now.